Hello everyone, welcome in this our online session. Today we are going to study about some basic concept of chemistry. Right, we'll see what is chemistry, what are different branches of chemistry, right? What is importance of chemistry, or you can say what are important applications of chemistry, right? So let's start. What is chemistry? As we know that it is one of the important branch of science that deals with to study composition, structure, as well as different types of properties of matter, right? In chemistry we are studying first of all the composition, means which elements are present, which type of atoms are present in any compound or any substance. Say for example, here there is methane molecule. Right, as we know the formula is CH4, so it contains two elements, one is carbon, another is hydrogen, right? And in that the composition is 1 carbon is to 4 atoms of hydrogen, right? So that is one of the important composition, as well as even second is structure. What is the structure of that chemical compound? Here you can see the mass is 16 gram per mole of methane. Formula is CH4, as we know that, and this is the structure of methane molecule. You can see the central there is carbon atom that is linked with 4 hydrogens which are surrounding the central carbon, right? The structure of methane is tetrahedral, the shape of the molecule that is tetrahedral, right? And even methane, as we know that at room temperature it is in gaseous form. Even this gas is highly combustible, or you can say it is inflammable in nature, right? Combustible gas, it is colorless gas, odorless, and even it is highly inflammable in nature. So in this we are studying different types of properties of matter, right? So you can say the chemistry deals with composition as well as to study the structure and even to study different properties of matter, right? Next we'll see what are different major branches of chemistry, or in what relation this chemistry can be interlinked with different branches. The 3 major branches of chemistry are: first is organic chemistry, second is inorganic, and third is physical chemistry. These are 3 major important branches of chemistry, and even there are some subsidiary branches like biochemistry, industrial chemistry, medicinal chemistry, even electrochemistry, as well as nuclear chemistry. These are some of the subsidiary branches of chemistry, right? Similarly, we'll see what are different applications where these branches are applied. You can see here the major function of or role of chemistry is in manufacturing of chemicals. Say for example like fertilizers, dyes, soaps, detergents, right? Drugs or medicines, insecticides, even in manufacturing extraction of metals, alloys, in electroplating industry, even some of the chemicals which are used in food, in preservatives, coloring agents like stabilizers, right? Even in manufacturing of life-saving drugs like cisplatin and Taxol. These are important medicines which are used in cancer. They are known as anti-cancer drugs, right? Similarly, in superconducting ceramics, semiconductors, manufacturing of polymers, even in some important compounds like chlorofluorocarbons, biogas, fuels, green fuels. So all this can be applied with our major branches, right? So what are included in different branches of chemistry? We'll see that. See, organic, as we know, it is one of the basic, previous name organic, that is standing for living, and inorganic, it means it is related to non-living, Previously we are believing that organic that are present in the molecules or chemicals which are present in living organisms like carbohydrates, proteins, lipids, right? Lipids, or you can say fats, even some of the biological molecules like enzymes. Mostly they are present in living organism, right? Even they are made up of atoms like carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, even sometimes with nitrogen as well as sulfur they are included. So these molecules they are classified in organic, majorly which are made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. They are classified as organic compounds, right? Second are inorganic. Inorganic, mostly they are present in non-living, and mostly majorly they are contributed of salts, minerals, different types of electrolytes, say for example sodium chloride, NaCl, that is example of salt or common table salt. It is considered as inorganic, means majorly it is present in earth crust in large quantity, right? Even these type of chemicals are present also in sea as well as in rocks. So they are classified as inorganic, right? So the study of these type of chemicals, that is included in inorganic chemistry. And third is physical chemistry, one of the major important branch of chemistry. In physical we are dealing with measurements as well as numerical calculations, different types of quantity measurements as well as different units. The total it is included in physical chemistry, right? That is third one of the major branch. Similarly in biochemistry it is dealing with the molecules which are present in living organism. It is one of the sub branch of organic, as we have discussed that fats, proteins, carbohydrates, enzymes which are made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen as well as nitrogen and sulfur. So study of these type of compounds are studied in biochemistry, which deals with living organism like plants, animals. Another important branch is industrial chemistry. See, majorly this deals with synthesis of chemicals in large quantity or to produce the chemicals on a large scale, that is applied in this industrial chemistry, right? Same way medicinal chemistry, it specifically deals with synthesis as well as study of medicines, or you can say drug molecules which are used for various type of diseases. The total branch is individually described as medicinal chemistry, right? And last one, that is electrochemistry. Specifically it deals with study of electrons, transfer of electrons, right? The total part is included in electrochemistry. It is one of the major important branch of chemistry, right? As we know, initially the matter, it has different types, right? We'll see what are the types of matter. What is the definition of matter? First of all, anything which occupies space and which has some definite mass, that is known as matter, right? Which has particular mass, it has particular weight and occupies the space, that is classified as matter. And there are different types of matter, as we know that one is solid, second is liquid, and third is gaseous phase, right? And we are classifying these types of matter according to the phase of the matter, right? What is the phase? Solid, that is one of the phase of matter. You can see some examples are mentioned here, like metals like iron, copper, non-metal like carbon, as we know graphite, diamond, right? They are classified as solid metal. Right? Even some of the salts, minerals, right? They are present in the nature. They are solid matter, and they have particular close packing arrangement. The atoms are very much closely packed to each other, right? Even there is stronger attraction between the atoms or molecules or ion. So they have some definite shape, and even they have some fixed dimensions like length, breadth, as well as volume, right? Second type is liquid matter based on the phase. Liquid, for example, water, some compounds like methanol, CH3OH, benzene, C6H6, they are liquid compounds, right? They are again made up of different types of atoms or ions or molecules which are very much loosely packed with each other, and they have very much weaker force of attraction. In solid there is highest force of attraction, as compared to solid they have weaker force, and even in gaseous phase they have very much weak force of attraction, so the molecules are loosely packed, they are randomly packed. Even in gaseous phase the molecules are very much farly arranged from each other. Their negligible force of attraction is present. For example, carbon dioxide, that is CO2 gas, oxygen gas, as well as nitrogen gas, even different types of gaseous compounds might be present, and even they have very much negligible attraction, so the atoms are randomly arranged with each other. Even they have very much weak forces like van der Waals force of attraction, right? So next slide is, so next we'll see what is matter, right? So matter is anything, any substance or any chemical that occupies space, right, and has a particular mass, that is known as matter. Means any chemical or anything, any substance which has a particular mass, a particular molecular weight, and that occupies some space, that is classified as matter. And what are different types of matter? We'll see that majorly it is classified into two types. First is based on chemical nature, second is based on physical nature, right? So chemically how you can classify matter, as well as physically how you can classify the matter based on physical nature. First we'll see classification based on chemical nature. Now in that it is sub-classified into two types. One are pure substances and second are mixtures, right? Now what are these pure substances? Pure substance means they are made up of particular type of elements, or either they are mixture of two or more different elements. So they are further divided into two types. One are elements and second are compounds. In elements they are in pure elemental form. Say for example carbon, iron, metal, sodium, sulfur. They are existing in nature in individual form in the pure state. Say for example carbon can be in the form of diamond as well as graphite. Both are contributing of same type of pure carbon atom. So they are classified as elemental. And second are compounds, in which, as we know that compounds are made up of two or more different types of elements together, and they will form a particular molecule. They are known as compounds. Say for example in water molecule there are two hydrogens and one oxygen, 2:1 ratio. So there is a fixed proportion of hydrogen as well as oxygen in water molecule, so that is classified as compound. Same way in methane molecule, the carbon and hydrogen are in the ratio of 1:4. So that is a fixed composition of methane molecule. Same way in carbon dioxide, that is CO2 gas, one atom of carbon is bonded with two atoms of oxygen. So in similar way you can classify so many different types of compounds, right? So that is first type of chemical nature, that is pure substances. Second are mixtures. Now in these mixtures it is divided into two types. One is homogeneous mixture, second is heterogeneous mixture. Now homogeneous, mainly they are in pure solution form. Say for example sodium chloride, NaCl, dissolved in water, H2O. NaCl in water, it is a type of homogeneous mixture. You can say it is pure solution of sodium chloride in water. It is classified as homogeneous. And second is heterogeneous, means in this there are different mixtures linked together. Say for example milk is a type of heterogeneous system, You can say either colloidal system or either emulsion. Colloids and emulsion means they have two or more different types of phases which are mixed together. Two or more different phases like oil and water, they are mixed together, so they are known as heterogeneous system bed. In that there are some types like colloids, emulsions, suspensions, they are included in this heterogeneous system bed. So that is chemical nature, you can classify into two types of mixtures, and even you can individually classify that in homogeneous solution there is no boundary of separation, you cannot separate these two mixtures like sodium chloride in water, it is a clear solution. You cannot separate sodium chloride and water easily, we require some physical methods like evaporation. But in heterogeneous system there is a different boundary of separation. Say for example oil droplets, the oil globules present in water, it is a type of heterogeneous in which you can easily isolate water as well as oil. So you can define it two different ways. Second major part is based on physical nature, classification of matter based on physical nature. In that we have three types, one is solid, second is liquid, and third is gaseous phase. Solids, as we know that the atoms or molecules or ions which are very much closely packed together, they are classified as solids. Second are liquids, in which the atoms, ions or molecules are slightly loosely packed. They do not have any particular shape, they will take the shape of the container. They are classified as liquids. Say for example water is a liquid compound. Same as solid metal like iron metal, copper metal, they are solid in nature. All the atoms of iron and copper, they are very much closely packed with each other, while water molecules are loosely attracted with each other, so they are having liquid phase. And third are gases, in which the atoms or molecules are very much randomly arranged with each other. There is no such strong attraction force, they are very much weakly attracted with each other. Like say for example carbon dioxide gas, oxygen gas, the molecules and atoms are very much randomly arranged, they do not have a particular shape, and even they are randomly colliding with each other, they have negligible force of attraction. So they are classified into three subtypes in physical nature: solids, liquid as well as gases.